Quick heads up before we start, you know how I work. This is my honest user experience, pros, cons, quirks and everything else. So I have been using the Neewer Mic CM26 MAX for a couple of weeks now, plugged it into my phone, my laptop, ran it indoors, outdoors, in traffic, and my user experience is for a plug and play wireless lab, this thing punches way above its price tag. But it's not perfect, and there are a couple of things you should know before you buy. Let me walk you through. So in the box you get transmitters, two mics, so you can record two people at once, one USB-C receiver, the little charging case, windscreens and the cables. Everything lives in the case, which I appreciate because with live mics, the number one way you lose a piece is by not having a place to put it in. First impressions pulling it out, it's small, it's light and it doesn't feel cheap. That's the first thing you actually notice when you pick it up. So let's talk build. The clip feels solid and there's a magnet mount too. You can either use the clip or use the magnet if you don't want the clip showing on camera. I've been using clip and magnet on and off for talking head stuff and it holds fine. The case is that pill-shaped thing everyone's doing now. You drop the mics in, it charges them, done. It's the kind of design where you don't really think about it. My one nitpick on lighter shirts, the transmitter is a little visible. Nothing deal breaking. But a mic can look great and still be a pain to actually use it. So how quick this thing gets going? That's where it won me over. You take the USB-C receiver, plug it into your iPhone 15 or 16, your Android, your tablet, your PC, and that's it. No dongle, no Bluetooth pairing dance, no app required just to get the sound. Plug in, it connects to the transmitter automatically. For anyone who's fought with wireless mics before, plug and play is the whole reason to buy something like this. But easy to set up means nothing if it sounds bad. So the real question is, how does it actually sound? The actual audio this records at 48 kHz 24-bit and honestly it sounds clean. This is my voice indoors, full natural, no edits and honestly it sounds great. There's a low cut filter to kill the low rumble and AGC, automatic gain control, which basically keeps your volume steady if you get loud or quiet without you riding the levels. For run and gun stuff where I am not watching a meter, AGC has saved me more than once. But clean audio in a quiet room is the easy part. The real test happens when the world around you gets loud. Okay, so now we are out in the world where you have no control over how many voice and how many noises can you get. And so you can get a really good idea how this mic can perform when there's a lot of wind, birds chirping around. So you know if this mic is actually worth $100. Right now what you are listening is from this mic without any noise cancellation. So there is no processing going on at all. To get into ANC, it's a simple double click over here and then it's AI noise cancellation 1, which is less processed, less digitized. And you be the judge if AI1 is better or AI2. So now it's on AI2 to reduce the background noise even more than what it was before. And you can now feel the difference if there is any, because what I can hear right now is a lot of cars passing by and wind going through. And if you cannot hear anything, it's working. Quick clarification about AI1 and AI2 noise cancellation. What I have noticed is if I am outside where background noise is more, AI1 tends to perform better. So less processed voice seems more natural and AI2 feels more digitized if I'm outside. But if I'm inside like I'm right now, AI2 sounds better and AI sounds a little muffled and digitized, if that makes sense. Right now what you are listening is without any noise cancellation, and if I double press over here, it's now on AI1 and I think it should sound more muffled because I'm inside a quiet room. And then AI2, which is right now, should sound more natural. That's it. This is what I wanted to clarify between AI1 and AI2. Now let's go back to the testing. I'll show you how the app works. There's the Neewer Mic app, and this is where you get deeper controls. Gain, switching noise modes, the low cut, recording modes, and real-time monitoring, meaning you can plug in headphones and hear yourself live so you know it's actually working before you record 20 minutes of nothing. That monitoring feature is underrated. The app's clean and does what it says. You don't need it to record, plug and play still works, but if you want to dial things in, it's there. Now, all of this is great, but none of it matters if this thing dies on you halfway through the shoot. So let's talk battery. Neewer rates it at 50 hours total with the case, and in my usage, that's basically charge it and forget it about for a week. The transmitters themselves go for a good long sessions and top up in the case between takes. Range is rated at 120 meters. Obviously, that's the line of sight. Ideal conditions you are not getting through 3 walls anyways. But for realistic distances, walking around a room, shooting a few meters from the receiver, it stays rock solid. No dropouts, no static. So that's the mic on its own. But you are probably thinking, do I even need this over what I already have? So now the audio you are listening is from the mic and not from the internal phone's microphone. You can feel the difference between phone's internal mic and an external mic, and it gives so much better audio quality. It's also so nice to watch a video which has a good audio quality versus something which has a lot of background noise in it. So yeah, here's the reason why you should buy a separate mic to get your audio right versus the inbuilt phone's microphone, which is good but not the best. back to the video. Couple of things I learned. 1. Placement matters more than any setting. Clip it about hand width below your chin and your audio is 90% there. 2. Use the included windscreen outdoors. Even light wind wrecks the labs without it. 3. Counterintuitive one. Skip AI 1. The lower setting muffles your voice. AI 2 actually sounds more natural. So that's my default when I turn noise cancellation on. 4. Plug headphones in and use real-time monitoring for anything important. So you catch a problem before it costs you a take. So after all that, the setup, the sound, the noise cancellation, the battery, should you actually buy it? So my user experience with CM26 MAX, for creators who want to plug in and record without a Bluetooth hassle, 2 mics in the box, genuinely good AI noise cancellation, app control if you want it, and battery you don't think about. This is worth it. If you're doing pro level video stuff, you'll always want to reach higher. And if you push the noise cancellation too hard, it shows. But for vlogging, interview, live streaming and outdoor shooting, this is a lot of mic for the money. Amazon links up in the description. If this helped, you know what to do. I'll see you guys in the next one.